Hey, Grace Point, welcome to the 5 and 5 for June 2026. This is where we give you 5 things you need to know in 5 minutes or less, somewhere in that neighborhood. So let's start off with number 1, our attendance and financial number. So attendance for May, average was 561, and then our highest was May 10th, which was 598. So that's encouraging. As far as our financial update, May income was really strong. And so the May income came in at $231,804 and May expenses at $138,636. So you may recall last month and last several weeks, we said that there was a gap, we were in the red. And so praise God, thank you for your generosity and your steady stewardship to help make up that gap and to close it, because our year-to-date numbers now look really encouraging. Year-to-date income is $1,628,574 for our income. Really, really strong. And then year-to-date expenses come in at $1,603,340. So how that balances out with what our budget is, that means that at the end of this fiscal year, we're projected to be in the black. As of the end of May, right now, we're in the black by about $25,000, which is really, really encouraging. So what does that money go towards? What's the general fund used for? Well, it's to pay for things like copyright licenses. We have to pay a license for every song that we use on a Sunday morning to make it legal, both to live stream it and to play it in person. Goes for things like insurance premiums, goes for things like kids' men's supplies, printing ministry materials, paper towels, toilet paper, all those kinds of things come out of the general fund. So again, thank you for your steady stewardship and praise God for seeing how He has worked to help us close that gap here by the end of May. Number 2, I want to talk about the business meeting. Sunday, June 28th, our business meeting, but do you know we have 2? In June, we have our annual business meeting, and that's where we talk about the budget. In January, we have what's called our semi-annual business meeting. And so why do we have these? Well, 1, our church constitution says we need to, and so there's one reason. 2, it allows us an opportunity to give some ministry updates that we can't typically give on a Sunday morning. We just don't have time. So you'll hear from ministries and what's happening that is beyond what we can do on Sundays. We'll honor new Grace Point members, recognize them. We'll recognize staff members at milestones of years of service. And then also, we'll take care of some other official business, like voting on elders or different positions that might come up. And so that's why we do that. Again, everyone's invited to those business meetings. It's just that members will be asked to vote on certain things. Okay, number 3, we're going to talk about our summer worship leader schedule. And so you'll notice over the next several weeks that our normal worship leader, Daryl Benjamin, will be absent. And that's because he and his family go up to New Hampshire to Camp Spofford to lead worship up there for most of the summer. So in his place, we'll have some of our other worship leaders lead worship. That includes Scott Eckert, Karen Bergman and her family. And you know what? Maybe we'll just pop in a CD and we'll all just sing along. Just kidding. We won't do that. We'll have live music each week. Don't worry. That schedule is going into place, and we'll see that over the course of the next several weeks for this summer. Okay, number 4, you may have noticed if you get our weekly GP News email that the format has changed a little bit over the last several weeks. That's because we want to not just give you details about events, but we also want to make sure that you're engaging at a deeper level here at Grace Point. So that's why we include things like serving opportunities or ministry highlights or a new section that we have that's called What You Need to Know. And it's sort of like that too long, didn't read kind of thing that's there at the top. And so if you're seeing this video, that means you hopefully got it because you're on our GP News list. But if you're not on our GP News list, that means someone may have forwarded this to you, but there's still time for you to get on our GP News list. And so you can follow the link that's here at the bottom to get on our GP News list. You know, we have over 751 subscribers on our GP News list, but only about 30% of you guys open it. What? Come on. So that's our GP News. That's what we're making changes. And I hope that you will, maybe when you see a friend on Sunday morning, say, hey, do you see what they had in GP News? You got to check it out. And that way we can make sure people are reading that and be in the know and be engaged here at Grace Point. Okay, number 5, new prayer focus each week. You may have noticed new signs that are on the doors to the Commons each week. Each week there's a different prayer focus that gets put up there. And then in the boiler room, there's a longer sheet that has a longer set of prayer topics that you can be praying about over the course of this week. Not just while you're in the boiler room praying, but also you can take that home and pray throughout the week. We're continuing to pray over our Oikos maps that we have up there on the wall. And, we're seeing God answer prayers about that. It's really neat and encouraging to hear stories that you are sharing with us about how God is planting seeds of faith among your neighbors and how God is answering those prayers. So please keep doing that. And lastly, you can still join us on the Bless app. That's where you can be praying for your neighbors, praying for our community, and you can learn more about that and how to kind of keep track of who you're praying for using the Bless app, using the URL that's right here at the bottom of the screen. Well, that's it for June. Enjoy the summer, get outside, go for a walk, ride your bike, sit on your front porch and read a book. Or you know what? If it's sunny on Sunday, you can come right out here after services starting in July again for Sunny Sunday picnics. And remember, if it's sunny, it's on. If it's not sunny, it's not on. Have a great week and see you next month.